Welcome back to Living Beyond CRPS. I didn't post anything for January, but it is 2024 and I don't really have any updates for you guys. I didn't get any answers about my narcolepsy yet because I ended up changing jobs. And I think that's a common denominator in my life. CRPS gets me this energy to start working, and then I get there, and they're like, yes, we can accommodate you, and we can help you. And then I miss a couple of days of work, and then the guilt sets in. And I will be talking more about that here in a moment. But another thing that I realized is I wanted to start this year off with the promise of living a better life, a better quality of life. Because no matter what, our symptoms are never really going to change. They may have days where we're flaring up. There may be times where we are pressured into just wanting to give it our all when we can't. And I have decided to quit that attitude. And it's something that I'm going to start discussing more on this channel. I know I keep promising that I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk to you guys. And then I get this big ideas and I get motivated. And then mentally something happens. And honestly, I feel like if I can just keep up with this channel, that that would be my better quality of life. That's going to help not just me, I hope, but somebody else that's in the same situation find the confidence to just not give up. This disease, this CRPS that we are dealing with, is called the suicide disease for a reason. And honestly, that scares me more than anything for everyone else that's got this disease than it does for myself, because I do have an amazing support team and I want to be that support team for you guys. So if you guys are dealing with chronic pain, if you guys have this underlying autoimmune disease that is just like taking over your life, I want you guys to know that I am available in any sort of capacity, comments, inbox, just do what you need to do to reach out to me, and I am happy to talk to you. I know that I come on here and I talk a lot about my own mental issues, but I feel like this is a community that I want to start that's just very open about life. I kind of went on a manic thing and gave myself little baby bangs, but that's just one moment that just gave me some happiness in my life. I don't know how I really feel about them right now, but that's just what we have to start doing, is finding these little tiny moments in our lives that's going to help us get through to the next moment. I read this thing at the beginning of my journey in January that says what you choose to focus on is where your energy goes to. And as hard as it is to not focus on the CRPS symptoms, I feel like we need to learn to start channeling it somewhere else. So here's some things that I am doing in my life. And by all means, I am not a doctor. I am not your doctor particularly. So go speak to them if this is something you want to discuss with them and to change in your own lives. I am starting an anti-inflammatory diet. I cut out milk, not because I'm lactose or anything, but it does cause me to get very sick. So I'm cutting out dairy as a way to help me feel better, for that better quality of life. And I will let you guys know how that goes. What else? Oh, I am setting myself up for therapy with a counselor because after getting my evaluation denied for my spinal cord stimulator, I am not going to lie, that really sent me through a spiral because I thought I had it under control. I thought I had these mindsets and this positive outlook on things, and it turns out I don't. And that is something that I'm also going to be discussing more on this channel. I'm working with a life coach right now, and she's amazing, and we were talking about the cycles. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to share that with you guys. The therapy doesn't help with the pain, but it does help with everything else and just getting through the day. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of anger that I'm holding on to that makes everything else just more difficulty. And when you look at things and how your nervous system works and stuff, you get stressed the pain increases, and then it just stresses you out even more. And it's just a really bad cycle that I'm hoping to try to catch. And the words toxic mindset came in with this toxic positivity that everybody's constantly saying, think happy thoughts and be happy and blah, blah, blah. It's just not going to work for me anymore. I want to make that clear. This isn't always going to be a channel about, yay, yes, and like, yay, we're doing things. I might come on here and just spew about how badly it sucks sometimes, because put it down in the comments. CRPS sucks. And it drives me nuts that there are so many people out there that don't know what it is. And you can agree with me or not, but like the fact that some people think that it's not real or that it can't be as bad as we're making it seem makes me angrier than just having the disease, right? Because it's like, one, don't tell me how I'm feeling, and two, you don't understand. So, I actually come up with this like huge speech when people are like, oh, what's wrong? Like I have this little statement that I have memorized that I explain it to people, and I will also be discussing that as well. I'm actually going to make a tiny little short about that. So go ahead and watch that and share the message, because I don't mind explaining it to people. The more people who know about the disease, the more awareness it spreads. And that's what I want to do on this channel. I want to live beyond the CRPS, but I also I'm going to learn to embrace it. I think most of my life, the 17, 18 years plus that I've been dealing with CRPS, I have been in denial, right? I go to numerous doctors hoping for a new answer, hoping for new promises, and then come back eventually to, you have CRPS. And it's like, okay, but do I? And I want to help us all just find this acceptance and then figure out how to go beyond it. Okay, this is our diagnosis. What can we do now to move forward, right? If it's not a cure, if it's not, amputation, if it's not being medicated 24/7, what else can we do? And that's where this channel is going to start, in that direction. I am actually going to start filming meditations that I find. I'll be leaving those links in the comments as I make those videos, because I do find that meditation does help. Not necessarily during a flare-up, and it does take practice, so I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but it does help calm the mind. And in that little booklet that I shared with you guys in the first or second video, there's a section on there about imagining the pain as a color, a ball, or something. And I will be happy to go through that with you guys as well. Leave it in the comments if that's something you're interested in. But the second thing I'm going to do, another thing I want to record, is reading some of that book. I know it's probably going to be boring for most of you. There's a lot of words I don't understand, but there are pages in there that I feel is very important. And I understand that with all the medical crap, that not everybody's going to go out there and buy that book. But if you guys choose to buy the book and read along with me, go ahead. I will be leaving the name of it and where I got it in the description of this video. But things to look forward to in this video. I don't know how often I'm going to update it, but I promise you it will be eventually updated. I'm going to be doing pain meditations. I am going to go through with you guys some of the anti-inflammatory things I've been finding. And once again, I am not a doctor. This is just stuff I've been researching. I am going to be posting here in a little bit also about a new study that I recently researched and found that I'm talking to my doctors about right now. And it's not a spinal stimulator. It's supposedly not an opiate, but it has gotten a lot of great results. And I'm not saying this to give anybody any kind of false hope, because let's face it, we've been there, we've done that, we're over it, right? So we're over false hope. I'm just giving you guys something to discuss with your doctors. And I'm also reminding you guys not to give up, right? The world has come to such an amazing place. More things are coming out about CRPS. more people are becoming aware. I have found several doctors or nurses or whatever that have actually heard of it. They don't understand it, but they've heard of it. And that to me is progress, because just somebody just going, oh, I know what CRPS. Oh, I've heard of that. Or just going, oh, yeah, okay, I've had a patient that has CRPS, is a relief, actually, because I am tired of having to explain my diagnosis to doctors who I feel like should have already known. So, not their fault, but still. So yeah, I'm looking forward to growing this channel, to becoming somebody you guys can turn to, and hopefully just boost up your confidence in the sense that you are not alone in this, all right? And that is the sound of my dog ripping up something. Yes, I got a new puppy. She's learning and she's eating something. So thank you guys so much for showing up today. You are loved. You are not alone. Take care of yourself.